Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Icebreaker Nigerian. Hello. We're just gonna wait for a few more people to join and then I will bring our guest on. Thank you all so much for joining. Hi. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Mary. I am the founder of the Icebreaker Nigerian. The Icebreaker Nigerian is a multimedia hub that's dedicated to highlighting Nigerian professionals in Canada, bringing you some nostalgic memories, and just celebrating general Nigerian excellence. On today's episode of our Nigerian Professionals in Canada series, we're going to be meeting Reni, aka Reni the Resource, aka Exo Reni. So prepare yourselves so we can definitely talk to Reni. Also, Ruth, I see you requesting. We already have people scheduled for interviews, so we're just going to be actually inviting Reni to speak. Maybe another time we can go live with you. But thanks for requesting, okay? All right, thank you all so much for joining. Reni, if you're there, just request so that we can add you on. All right. Thank you all again for joining. I appreciate y'all being here. Hi,
Hey,
Reni.
hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How's your Sunday been?
It's good. Just chilling today. I'm trying to find a filter. A nice, okay, there.
That's totally cool. That's totally cool. All right. So I don't want to keep you too long today, but how are you feeling? How has your Sunday been so far?
It's been good. Just relaxing, not doing much today. Just staying in bed and watching church. So, yeah. How about
That's
you?
good. My day has been busy. I've been doing resume edits literally the whole day. I just got an hour break and I'm just like, that's good. I can rest a little bit before I interview Reni. So I'm good. I'm good.
That's fun. I love editing people's resumes. Like, it's something I do for fun. So that's good that you turned it into
Yeah.
now.
I started doing it at first for fun. I think for me, the whole idea of editing resumes is exposing myself to another world. It's just interesting to see the different careers that people are involved in life. It's just, wow, I can dream more for myself. So it's just always super exciting. But okay, I see more people are joining. So we're just going to get started. I'm going to read your bio and then later on you can tell us some more about yourself, okay? All right, so Reni Odetoyinbo is a marketing consultant by day and finance enthusiast by night. After buying her first house at the age of 23, she decided to share her knowledge with others with the goal of helping more Black and Brown people become more financially literate. On her YouTube channel, Exo Reni, she teaches on the basics of personal finance and career and aims to be a resource to all. So is that where Reni the Resource is from?
It is. So Pascal, one of my friends, Pascal, started calling me Reni the Resource because he was like, "You're always sharing good knowledge on your Instagram stories," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it's just what I do." And then yeah, the name kind of stuck. So yeah.
That's good. There's someone in the comments saying great YouTube channel. You have a lot of people here. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So tell us, what is the meaning of your name? Is Reni the short form of something else? What is the full name? What does it mean?
Yes, my name is Maranike. I am Yoruba, and it means someone to cherish. So that's the full meaning of my name. But honestly, nobody, like one person calls me Maranike. Nobody calls me that. So I go by Reni all the time.
That's good. That's good. Listen, I feel like that goes well with your YouTube channel. Like I feel like a lot of people cherish all the gems that you have on there, so I'm here for this. I
Oh,
always try to find a link between names and whatever people are doing, so I'm here for that.
thank you.
All right, so before we fully start, I have some icebreaker questions for you. I know that you are very big on saving money, spending wisely, and all of that. So, what is the most expensive thing you currently own?
Hmm. I guess it's my camera that that's the most expensive thing. But it's, you know, it pays back because it makes my YouTube videos. So yeah, but I think I'm not a big spender on items. I'm more, actually, I guess my house is my most expensive purchase. But yeah, I'm big on spending on experiences rather than like physical things. So yeah.
All right. So people in the comments are reminding you, they're just like, your house,
Yeah,
I'm here for this.
They escaped my mind. Sorry.
That is totally fine. That is so cool. So I know you put this on your story a few weeks ago. Do you think you're an introvert or an extrovert?
I truly think I'm an extrovert, but like every single one of my close friends said that I'm not. They said I'm an introvert, and I was like, what are you guys talking about? But I guess it's because I'm really private about certain areas of my life, and they equate that with being an introvert. But I don't think that's what an introvert is. I think I get energy from people, but it all depends on the type of person, you know? It's like, yeah, some people drain me, some people give me more energy.
That's fair. When I saw it, I also thought you were an introvert, but I'm just like, with the way like you market yourself, push your brand and all of that, people will think that you're an extrovert. But I think deep down, there's a very introverted part of you.
You think? Why do
Yeah.
you think? Why? What makes you think that?
I don't know. There's just that quiet part. And I just feel like when you're at home, you might just sit down and just, you just want to chill. I don't know.
I do like to chill, but I feel like that's not introvertedness. That's just like I'm a chill person who's also an extrovert. But I guess we can agree to disagree because everyone thinks I'm an introvert. So
that is totally fine. So I also know that you're big on traveling. Post-COVID, where's the first place you want to travel to?
I really want to go to Costa Rica. I had a trip planned there for April or May of last year. And you know, when the pandemic started, we were like, oh, it's going to be like, it's like 2 months away. I'm sure we will be able to go. Yeah. That didn't happen. So yeah, I plan to go there.
That's cool. That's cool. Were you saying something?
I said, where are you planning on going?
Ooh, listen, I was supposed to be one of those people who went to Afro Nation to Puerto Rico. I just still want to go. I got my money back though. I know there are people who are very upset that they didn't get their money back, but I was one of the lucky few who got their money back. And I just want to go. It just looks really beautiful. It looks very blue. I just want to take nice pictures and enjoy the place. Even like, I wasn't even going for the concerts per se. I just wanted to have a great time because I haven't had like a vacation in 5 years. So I just need some time off. I know.
You deserve it. You work so hard. You really deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully I got some time off soon and we can figure out what a vacation looks like in a pandemic. Okay. So I know that people call you Reni the Resource, but can you use the first letter of your name to describe yourself? So don't use resource because we already used that.
I would say reliable, because I think I think I'm someone who is reliable, and like I hate disappointing people. So like if I make a commitment to you, you know that I will be there, and you know that like no matter what, no matter how bad I'm feeling, no matter what, which is probably not good, but yeah, that's the type of person I am. I'm always on time or early, always. I hate when people are late. So yeah, I would say reliable, ready is how to describe
That is cool. I love that. So hi, Amy just joined us. So Reni is not only the resource, she's also a very reliable person. So keep that in mind when you're working with her, but also respect her boundaries, okay? All right. All right. So we already talked about you as Reni the Resource, but how do you think you as a person and you as a brand, how do you think you can support Nigerian professionals or Nigerians in Canada as a whole?
I think that a lot of our parents haven't taught us about financial literacy. So that's where I can come in and like fill in the gap, because I was blessed enough to have parents who did teach me about it. So I think that because a lot of people, not just in the Nigerian community, but like the Black community in general, a lot of us don't have parents who teach us about this. So yeah, I try to be that person who's giving you that knowledge that maybe your parents didn't teach you. And I think it's especially helpful for new Nigerians to Canada, because the system is completely different, you know, like especially like learning about credit. Like in Nigeria, if you want to buy something, you need to have the money to buy something, you know. But here, oh, here's a credit card with like $1,000 limit. Spend whatever you want. And no one teaches you like it's not really your money at all. So yeah, I think I can help new immigrants, especially just learn how to navigate the system. And then I also talk about career a bit on my channel. So I think I can help new people there, just learning how to market yourself on your LinkedIn, because I think it's very important. And then yeah, just basically getting into the job market here, because it is very different than abroad.
Okay, so let's talk about credit cards. First of all, I have my credit card stories. I have my woes with credit cards. I think
Yes.
my biggest problem was at the time where, first of all, like we had all this banks just come and they're just like, you know, you attend maybe like a club fair or you attend one of these things and there's just like banks everywhere and they're getting
Yeah.
everyone to sign up and they're giving free stuff. So I fell into that trap. And at the time where I got my first credit card, Shoe Dazzle was the thing that was popping.
Oh,
Shoe Dazzle and Just Fab. So I always forgot to cancel my subscription. So they just kept charging me and charging me and charging me. And I wasn't even getting shoes. I'm just like, yo, like, how do I always forget? Why is this a thing that keeps happening to me? And then it was just a lot. And I was just like, how do I pay? Do I pay minimum balance? Like, what is it do I do? So what are some tips that you would give people who might be in credit card debt, whether they know or they don't know?
yeah. So some tips for people, just even before you get a credit card, understand what it is before you get it. Because as you said, when you go on university campuses, like the bank's tactic is get all these kids who know literally nothing about credit cards to sign up for these credit cards. We can give them a free iPad. We can give them $100. We can give them whatever. And because they know that they'll make their money back, they don't mind giving you that credit or that prize, because like they're gonna make a lot more money off of you in the long term. So first of all, try to understand what a credit card is. There are so many resources online that can explain to you what a credit card is used for and how you should use it properly. My main tip would be make sure you pay off your full balance every month. It is not your money. It was money that they're loaning you, and they're loaning it to you at a 19.99% interest rate. So it's not a small loan. It is a huge loan that can compound so much. So that would be my first tip. Like if you are trying to get a credit card, make sure that you understand the terms of it, and then you pay off your full balance every month. What else would I say? Like, yeah, I don't know. That would be my main tip. Like pay off your full, but I would also say you do need a credit card. Like I know on the other side of the spectrum, people are like, oh, like I don't need a credit card. I can pay cash for everything. Like I'm scared of credit cards, but that's also not the way to go, because credit cards are important for building your credit history in this country. Unfortunately, in this country, unless you have lots and lots of cash, you're not going to be able to get a loan for a car, a loan for a house, a loan for anything if you don't have a credit history. So get a credit card, use it wisely. And yeah, if you are in debt already, I would just try and pay as much of it as possible, because the interest rate is killer. Like it is absolutely killer. So I would say instead of funneling your money to investing, start funneling your money to paying off that debt and then start investing. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for sharing that. Amy in the comments basically said that she always sets alarms just to remind her when to pay the
Yeah.
balance off. I feel like I've learned too much, and once I see that there's like a balance, I'm just paying it off like immediately. Because I'm just like, I want to pay back. I just cannot afford any type of debt anymore. So I'm just
Yeah.
very cautious now.
I
So.
that. But I would say same with Amy. I set alarms too, and I actually just recently moved. You can call your bank and like if there's a date that will help you remember it. So say if you want all your bills, your statement to be on the first of the month, you can call your bank and be like, hey, can you please move all my dates till the first of the month, and then and then you'll get charged on that day. So you know on the first of the month that like, okay, this is when I have to pay my bill, because I feel like having all our bills on different days makes it complicated for us. So that's one tip that I would use. I recently just did that.
Okay, I didn't know about that, so that was good to know. Ife says, I'm coming back to give a testimony once I pay off my credit card. Almost there. We're rooting for you, sis. We're rooting for you.
You.
There's also a question that says, do you check your credit often through your bank?
Yes. So I check my credit card through my bank, but I don't know. I don't think I check it that often. I just check it maybe every 2 weeks, and check to make sure their transactions are, sorry, my mom's like, good job. Check to make sure there are not transactions on there that you did not authorize, because I had that once where there was a random transaction on my card and I had to call the bank to get it removed. So I would say everyone, make sure you're checking your credit card on bi-weekly basis, monthly basis, just to make sure it's not like you're not paying extra things. But yeah, I check it through my bank apps. And then Mo said that she used auto pay. I personally don't like auto pay for my credit cards because, again, they can charge random things on my credit cards. So that's why I choose not to. But if it works for you, good.
Auto pay for every other thing.
Yeah, and it'll make sure you never pay interest if it's on auto pay, which is good.
That's fair. That's fair. I put mine every 2 weeks so I don't have to pay a lump sum. It breaks my heart less. That's
Smart.
good. But for sure, I think for any other person who's like watching, who's trying to pay off their balance, you will get there. It's a process, but just plan. Reni has, you know, financial planning templates. There are more savings, but honestly, you should pay off stuff and then think about saving. I think that will help you on the long run. Yeah. I also wanted to say, when you started, you talked about how, you know, sometimes a lot of us as like racialized people, you know, we didn't grow up with a lot of like financial planning background. My dad only forced me to learn maths. Like, he didn't teach me nothing else. It's just like, you have to learn how to do maths. And it was interesting because he was an engineer, so he wanted a child like him. And I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not me. Like, every other thing that's not maths, I'm good at. But the one thing that my dad wanted me to be good at, no. So it's interesting how, you know, sometimes like our parents have similar intentions, but it doesn't necessarily translate as that. I just wish there was more of a conversation of, okay, this is what saving should look like, this and all of that. But I also understand that it's different when you're, you know, an immigrant into a country like Canada. So I definitely think Reni's channel is the first place everyone should go to immediately you come to Canada, and bet that I will be sharing, you know, I will be sharing your channel with any new person I know, because there's so much gems on there that people need to know about.
Thank you. And I also think, just as you said, it's not our parents' fault. Like, a lot of them don't even know what they don't know. But I think the school system should teach, like, this should be something they teach us. I know about Pythagorean theorem or whatever it's called, but I don't know. Like, unless my parents told me, I wouldn't know nothing about financial literacy. So I think the school system should do a better job. I know they're trying to implement it now, but yeah, they should have been doing that.
It only took them so long. All right. So I know that you're a very busy person, but what does a typical day look like for Reni?
I don't know. I would say every day is different. I started a new job in December, so my days have been hectic. That's the only way I can describe them right now. Like, I get up at I wake up at 7 a.m. every day, not by choice. It's like my body just wakes me up at that time, and I do my prayers. I do my morning journal, and then I get ready. Like, I shower, brush my teeth, get ready, and then I go to work at like 8:30, I would say. And yeah, I'm in meetings back to back all day. I don't know how I can't do any work because I'm in meetings all day. I don't know if you face the same thing, but there's so many meetings. And then yeah, after that, I don't know, I try to chill after work. I try not to do anything except what I like to do. But on my weekends, I do a lot of recording of my videos, which is what I like to do. A lot of speaking engagements. So yeah, I don't know if I have a typical day, but it's a lot of I've been working very long hours during the past 3 months. So yeah.
Well, kudos to you. Congrats on the job.
Thank you.
All right. So I think that's a good transition into the next question that I had. So we know that, you know, you recently got promoted at work. What did that process, you know, look like for you? So was it something that you wanted actively, or did it just randomly fall into you?
So I guess this is something I talk about on my channel, how like I'm always networking, even when I'm not actively looking for a role, I'm always networking. So I was in my previous role for about a year and a half, or a year at that time. And by that time I was like, hey, I've already mastered this role. I'm kind of getting bored. I need my next thing. And I told my manager, like straight up, I just told her that like I need more challenging tasks or I need a new job basically. And then she was like, oh, let's start connecting with people in the organization so you can learn more about what other people are doing. So I started networking with other people, and she basically introduced me to a bunch of different managers and things like that. I was introduced to my current manager, and I wasn't looking for a job out of her. I really just wanted to know what her team was doing, and I had that coffee chat. So I really suggest everyone should have coffee chats and like get to know what other people are doing. So I had a coffee chat. I had 2 coffee chats with her, one in May and then one in like June. And then when a job came up on her team in November, she was like, "Oh, Reni, you're perfect for this role. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes. I don't have to apply for it." Like I haven't had to apply for a role formally since 2016. So it's like I highly recommend that everyone starts networking and starts like trying to meet with different people because it really helps. And yeah, so I wasn't actually looking for a role, but I was connecting with different people in the end goal of eventually getting a role, and basically knowing what I wanted to do in the future. Because I'm the type of person who I'm like, I know what I don't like, but and I know what I really don't like, so I know where to avoid, but I'm still trying to figure out what is my like passion. So yeah, so I was just trying to learn from other people. So yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good. There's a lot of people saying congratulations on the chat. The other thing that I was going to say is I know it's been, you've been trying to get used to this role and all of that. Like, have you dealt with imposter syndrome? And if you have, how exactly have you dealt with that so far?
Yeah, I think at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is a promotion. I'm only like 24. I'm the youngest on my team. What do I know? Like, how am I in this position? So yeah, I think I definitely was dealing with imposter syndrome before. But honestly, I was thinking about it, and my mentor was telling me like most of these people in these roles got there because of nepotism and because of like they don't have the qualifications either. Basically, is basically what she told me. So she's like, if they thought good enough of you to hire you, then you're there for a reason. What she said. So the imposter syndrome kind of went out of the way. I'm still adjusting to the role, and because I'm learning so much every day. But yeah, I'm like everyone else. No, we all are in the same boat. If we all don't have the qualifications, so it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, that's my.
That's fair. Also, just now you talked about having a mentor. What is that process? Is it every industry that has a mentor, or is it just specific to some industries?
I think I can only speak for my industry, so I work in marketing, but I would say I think everyone should have a mentor. That's my opinion, no matter what industry you're in. So even when I was starting my YouTube channel, which has nothing to do with my work, I still sought out somebody who could like mentor me on YouTube, someone who was already successful in it, so I didn't have to make the mistakes that I would have made if I hadn't had their guidance. So I would say no matter what industry you're in, look for someone who is more senior than you, or even, slightly more senior than you, who can help you and guide you. Because everyone has some knowledge to share, and they can help you avoid the mistakes that they've made. So yeah, I would say highly, highly, highly recommend mentorship. And I have a video about mentorship if anyone wants to watch that.
All right, y'all. Go find Reni on YouTube at Reni. There's gems everywhere. Go learn how to find a mentor. Mentorship is important. Let's start doing that. I'm looking for a mentor. I feel like I've mentored a lot of people, and now I'm just like, okay, I need to learn more. I don't want to feel stuck. I just want to learn as much as possible. So I need to find myself a mentor. So following job successes, there also gets to a time where you feel like it's time to find something else. I know you talked about this on your story, but for some people who didn't get to see that, what are some signs people should be looking out for them to know that it's time to find something new?
So I would say one sign is if you're no longer challenged by the role. I think this really depends on the person. Like some people like to go to a job where they don't have to think every day and it looks like easy and there's no challenge. But personally for me, once I was no longer challenged and I was no longer learning in the role, I thought that was a good time to leave. So that would be one thing I would suggest. Another thing would be if you're no longer they're increasing the amount of work that you're getting, but your title or your pay is not increasing, it may be a time to leave, because they're kind of taking advantage of you. You know, you like, if you are getting more work without being compensated for it, you need to skirt, in my opinion. And what else? What are some other tips I would say? I would just say, if you're unhappy, like if you dread going to work every day, that's another sign that, like, your mental health is very important. So I would say that's another sign that says maybe you should also leave that environment. Yeah, there are more, but those are the main three.
I definitely agree with that. And at different points, I've checked all those boxes. So I definitely know.
Relatable, right?
So if you're just joining us, welcome. This is the Nigerian Professionals in Canada series on the diasporic Nigerian. And today we're interviewing Reni. All right. So my next question for you. I know that you like travel and you like photography. But if you had to choose between one of those two, which one would you pick and why?
Travel easy. I don't know. I like experiencing different cultures and meeting new people and just being outside of Canada, because, you know, it's really cold here. So I would definitely choose I would definitely choose travel over photography. But I think they go hand in hand. You know, like, I like to take pictures of the places that I'm at so I can remember them. So I feel like they go hand in hand. But if I had to choose one, it would definitely be travel. Yeah, I travel with no camera any day, any day.
I feel like you will always find someone that'll take a photo of you somehow.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah.
So Amy's in the comments saying that she needs to travel. Sis, we all want to travel.
I'm ready. I know I just traveled a few months ago, so it's not even like I but yeah, I need to travel again now.
So Amy's question is, what's your next vacation spot? I think you said Costa Rica. Yes. But if you wanted to travel somewhere else, that's not Costa Rica, where would it be?
I want to go to Bali as well. So, nice. Yeah. I lived in Thailand for 5 months, and I was like, oh, Indonesia's so far. Like, I don't know what my logic was. I should have gone on, but yeah, it's okay. I'll go back. I will be back. So yeah.
That is cool. So Ifa is saying that she gives you chin chin anytime she's traveling. Honestly, chin chin is my favorite travel snack. It's just easy to just pack in your luggage and you just eat as you're going. I love that. I love that. People want to go to Dubai. Other people also want to go to Bali. That's good. People are really talking about their dream vacation. Sorry, what did you say?
I said I want to go to Dubai too. I want to go everywhere. I literally want to go to every country. Every country.
That's fair. That's fair. Janet said, "Are you gonna give us deets of Costa Rica as you did for Rwanda?"
I will. I will. Every guys, I have highlights on my what's it called, on my Instagram that show you each country that I've been to in detail. So yeah, I will definitely do that. I used to want to be a travel blogger. I wanted to be a travel blogger before. So
I mean, yeah. I feel like you've added that. I feel like low-key you've added that. So I'm here for it. So there's another question saying, I'm curious how you manage time traveling with work. Are you able to work as you travel?
So I have my work gives me 3 weeks of vacation, and then I also, like, last year I had 4 weeks of vacation just because I like accumulated. I don't know. I work in a really good environment where they give us free days all the time. So I accumulated 4 weeks. That's how I was really able to travel, and then I use like long weekends to extend my travel. So if there is like a long weekend on Canada Day, I'm going to use that and travel during that week. So it's not taking all my vacation days. But I'm also of the belief, like, if you're out of vacation days, just take the unpaid day. It's not like, I don't know. I know it's different for everyone, but I was like, it doesn't matter to me. I'd rather be on vacation. So yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It does.
So Ife is suggesting that you need to do a video on how to get good ticket deals.
Oh yes, because I think she's talking about when I went to Portugal for $400. So maybe that's what she's referring to. So yeah, I should do a video. Good idea. Thanks, Ife.
All right, all right, all right. So I know that with some of your videos, some people really like them, and then there's also some people who are just like, what are you talking about? So, what have been some highlights of starting your YouTube channel and some lowlights of your YouTube channel?
Okay, so some highlights would be, I don't know, just the whole like how well it was received. I expected it to like resonate with people and do well, to be honest, not to be cocky, but like I expected it to resonate with people, but I didn't expect it, like it's done so well, bigger than I could ever have imagined it. I think I just touched 350,000 views overall, which is like insane to me. So I think that's my highlight of it. And then the low lights, I don't know, especially when I made the Forex video. I made a video about Forex and people just came out of the woodwork writing paragraphs to me about, oh, you're dumb because Forex is the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm like, okay, if you've made so much money using Forex, why do you have time to be on my comments? Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So they literally write paragraphs on paragraphs on paragraphs on paragraphs. And I'm like, guys, please, I don't have time for this. So it's not a low light because it's actually very funny to read the comments, but I think that's the weirdest part of my experience on YouTube, the weird comments from random people. Even like, I was planning on dropping my Kigali vlog, and I'm like, do I really want to deal with people being like, oh, you traveled during a pandemic, blah, blah, blah. Like I don't have time. I don't know. So I haven't dropped it yet, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's okay. Whenever you're ready to drop it, we're going to bless you with the views. So
Yeah,
that's totally fine. All right. So tax season is here. Wait, hold on. So there's a question that says, I know you said you haven't applied to jobs since 2016, but how have you found, hold on, sorry. But have you found that having a Nigerian name limited opportunities? If it hasn't for you, do you think it does for others?
Okay, so I think my name is pretty easy to pronounce, so that's not really an issue for me. But I do think it does limit some people because unfortunately we live in a like racist environment. So like yeah, it's just it is what it is. So when I help people with their resume, like I would tell, like my aunt came to Canada and I told her to remove her I removed Nigeria from her resume. Like say the companies and everything, but just don't say the location. And then she started getting interviews, stuff like that. And like instead of her full name, she changed it to like a shorter version, and it's like an English-ish. It's not an English name, but it looks English enough. So those, I think it does help, unfortunately, if you change your name. But also change it right back once you get that job. Change it right back. And like that, yeah, change it right back once you get the job. So yeah.
People gotta learn how to pronounce the names and all of that. People gotta learn one way or the other. I think for me it's been interesting because Mary is the most basic name that you can ever find. So they always, the way they pronounce my last name, they always say Ascom, and I'm just like, I don't know what that means. Like that is not my last name. But I definitely see where that will be, your Nigerian name would be a barrier. I think that's why we need more Africans in HR. You know, so you start getting, listen, the whole of LinkedIn this week is everyone getting their HR certification. So everyone on here, if that is something that you're interested in, let's get into HR. You know, everyone's talking about diversity and inclusion now, but we really know what that is. But we need to get in there just so we can look out for people who look like us that don't necessarily get this position. So everyone get in there.
And for people who don't want to change your name, like I know that it's a very special thing. Like it's, I don't know. I obviously Reni is a very easy name to pronounce, so I don't change it at all. But if you don't want to change your name, I would say once you apply, reach out to someone within the company if you can, so you can like get. It's a way to bypass the racist person that may be viewing your application. So yeah, that would be one suggestion. Like reach out to people inside the company so you can get a foot in the door.
All right. Tom Brad saying, congrats, Reni. Your channel is so insightful. Girl, I've been today years old, learning new things, especially being a newbie in Canada.
Sandra.
And Shay says, oh my God, it's Reni the Resource. I love that there's so many people here.
My fan.
I'm here for that. All right. So, tax season is basically here. I know that you just talked to someone. So, what are some minor things that you think some of us can claim in taxes?
Hmm. I think if you worked from home this year, you should collect that work from home tax credits. That it's $400, so it's not like it's a whole lot of money, but it will at least it's something, you know. Like take all of the benefits that you can get. Like what is it? You can also claim more, but it requires more effort. But the very basic one is $400, which I think everyone should try and claim. Honestly, I don't know much about taxes. Like everything I learned a lot from that. Like just as everyone watching was learning, I was learning at the same time. So I would say like if you are looking for things to claim, make sure you watch that video. And we talk about like RRSP season. The deadline is March 1st. So if you are in like a 60,000, if you make over $60,000 a year, this would be a good time to start loading up your RSP so you can come down to a lower tax bracket if you're not already there. But there are more details in my videos that I just dropped.
All right, that is cool. I haven't watched that yet because I literally haven't had the time, but I'm definitely going to get into that once I get some time. I like how you said, yeah, you know, $400 is not a lot of money. Since that is part of my professional fees. I pay $500 in professional fees. The 400 will be great.
Someone I posted on my story, someone was like, "Oh, it's just $400," and I was like, "Okay, then don't claim it." Like I don't know. If I'm gonna claim it, I will be claiming it. Yeah, it is
For
a lot of
sure,
money.
for sure. And one thing that I learned last year is you can also claim a part of your professional fees. So if you're writing those like professional designation examinations and all of that, you can also claim some of those in taxes. And I have so many of them to write and some that I wrote last year. So I'm definitely trying to claim all of that.
Nice. And
All
even if
right.
you are someone who reads a lot of news online, there's a tax credit for that. So if you read BNM Bloomberg and you pay or Bloomberg and you pay to read it, you can claim part of that subscription cost on your taxes as well. So and if you're paying OSAP as well, if you're paying OSAP loans, there's a credit that you can use to pay for to cover the interest that you're paying on your loan. So those are some things to consider, but there are more in the video if you're interested.
All right, all right, all right. So, I feel like you pour a lot into your videos and into just, you know, like helping other people with like resources. But what does self-care look like for you?
Hmm. I really like skincare. That's my thing. I think that's my way of relaxing. Unless I'm feeling like I'm feeling really bad if I don't do my skincare routine. But like no matter what, even if I come home at 3 a.m., I will be doing my skincare routine. I know most people would not, so just fall asleep. But that's one thing that I always do. I love. It's like very relaxing. I like do an oil massage on my face every night. Like it's very relaxing to me. And then I would say travel was my form of self-care. Like taking those weeks off every few months just to travel was really exciting for me. But now obviously I can't do that. So yeah, I also like getting massages. Haven't done that in a while, obviously because of COVID. But yeah, those are some ways that I practice self-care. And also I think my journaling as well. So I journal every morning, writing up my gratitude for what I'm grateful for, what I'm setting my intentions for the day. Those things really help me keep a good state of mind every morning.
That is totally cool. I still find journaling so difficult to do. I have journals. I just look at them and they look at me in the morning and I'm just like, I don't know what to say to you. Like I have
Yeah.
those conversations in my head, but I just don't know how to put it into paper. That's just my biggest problem.
Yeah.
But you know,
I actually attended a self-care like seminar and someone told me if you don't like doing written journals, think of doing video journals. Like every morning recording yourself or however often you're going to do it and recording yourself. But I think that's a good idea too because I like looking back at videos, but that is more effort, so yeah, maybe not, but yeah, that's a tip.
yeah, I like doing that too. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But in terms of massage, I love massages too. Have not been able to get one, but my partner won a hand massager at work. So I've been using that and it's honestly the best thing. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit over here and just use this on my back. It's been helping. So
Love.
if you feel like splurging a little bit or if your workplace is doing a giveaway. You should get a back massager at some point. All right. So you talked about self-care, but what does self-development look like for you?
Self-development. I would say it's looks like that's a good question. It looks like exploring the things that I think I'm interested in and then like taking courses to learn more about them. Or even just like anything I'm interested in, finding ways to learn more about those things that I'm interested in. So if I'm interested in learning about digital marketing, setting up meetings with people who are really good at digital marketing and meeting with them to learn more from them. That's a form of self-development. Yeah, and then I take courses quite right now. I took my last one in I finished in December. I don't have time to take courses right now, but that's a way that I love learning. So that's a way that I am consistently developing myself. And if you can get your employer to pay for it, even better, because that's what I like to do.
Love that. Definitely try getting the employer when you are negotiating your salary. I think that's a good place to also talk about professional development and professional development courses. So definitely talk about that too. So I asked Amy this question during our last live. What do you want to be remembered for?
I guess I don't know. That's such a hard question. I feel like I want to be remembered as the person who, oh my gosh, this is such a hard question. Like, like someone who's resourceful, I guess, like someone who's always, who you learned something from and something that allowed you to put more money in your pockets. Because that's what I really want people to have from me. Like, I want people to have saved more money, bought a house, bought a car, whatever, based on the tips that I've given them. So yeah, I really want people to have more money in their pockets and remember that Reni helped you put more money in your pocket.
All right, that's really good. So we're getting to the end of this interview. If there's any other person watching right now that wants to ask a question, now is your time because we are about to round this up. Okay. So, do you have any other speaking engagements coming up? Do you know what your next video is? Do you want to let us know so we can prepare ourselves ahead for that?
I think I don't know. I have so many videos lined up. Let's see. I think the next one is actually from Rwanda. I think it is. It's a food video explaining. So it's not nothing to do with finance, but it's basically all the food that I ate in Rwanda and like showing you guys the best restaurants in Kigali. I think that's my next video. And then I have a few speaking engagements. So on March 20th, I'll be speaking at La Dam. I spoke there yesterday as well, and we're having a part 2. And we'll be speaking about budgeting. It's called Baby Got Bank. And we'll be speaking about budgeting and saving your coins. And then I have a few videos. So I'll be interviewing I'll be interviewing a financial planner. I'll be interviewing another real estate agent, and I'll be interviewing my parents who are lawyers about wills and estates. So if you have any questions about wills, if you have any questions about a financial planner or a financial advisor, if you have questions about buying your first car, let me know so I can add those to the videos. Because I'll be recording all of those next Saturday. So yeah.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. How many videos do you record in one sitting?
I try to record 4 videos in a sitting, and then I like to edit them the next day and then schedule them out. So I only record like once a month, basically. But okay. Yeah, I have videos recorded until March 20th right now. So I'm ahead right now, and I'm trying to just record till April so I don't have to record for a very long time because work is just a lot right now.
That's fair. That's fair. So we have one more question in the comments, and the person's asking for biggest networking tip.
I would say my biggest networking tip is just to be yourself. I know it sounds like cliche and like be yourself, but honestly, I feel like when I first started networking, I was forcing it. I was like trying to meet everyone, but I had no connection with them. So why am I trying to meet these people? So now I only focus on making genuine connections. I think it was easier in person because in person I would just be like, oh, there's one person standing alone there. Let me talk to them, see if we vibe. If we don't vibe, move on to the next person. It's easy to like, if someone's standing alone, you don't feel intimidated and it's like one-on-one. But yeah, I would say like, try to be yourself, be authentic, make connections based on like an actual thing that you have in common rather than just connecting with people for no reason. Like people add me on LinkedIn every day and I'm like, why are you adding me? What is the reason? So I would say like genuinely try to add people that you relate to, that you want to talk to for a certain reason, and make a meaningful connection with them. But I have a video on that as well. Where do I go to find connections? So, for example, if you're at a conference and you hear speakers talk, and then there's something in their conversation that really resonates with you, you can, that's a connection that you've made with them, and then, well, you haven't made it with them. Then you have to go and reach out to them and make that connection. What I really mean is like, if there's something that sparks your interest, that's something that you're genuinely interested in, rather than just reaching out to random people for no reason, people who actually have there's a point of interest that you both may have, and then reaching out to them for that. But I have a video that probably explains it better than I'm explaining it right now. So yeah.
All right. I think those are all the questions that we have from the chat. So people should already know this, but where can we find out more about Reni?
Yes, you can find more about me on my Instagram page, XOReni, XORENI, or on my YouTube channel, XOReni as well. And I post every single week on my YouTube channel.
It's very diligent. There's nobody who, you're always on point. There's always a video. You're always engaging somebody. So I'm here for it. I'm here for all that energy. I also want to let you know that I started off my new year, obviously after praying, I started off my new year watching all your videos. I caught up on everything, and I'm like, oh, I literally have like a little notebook where I wrote down all my notes, and I'm just like, this is what Reni taught me. I'm here for this. And like I was telling my partner the whole time. So I appreciate you for all the work that you're doing. And honestly, like seeing how, you know, like frequent you are in terms of like posting, that has also motivated me to take my personal brand seriously. Like I know I've been trying so hard to like make sure I grow the diasporic Nigerian, but I think in the time of doing that, I forgot about my personal brand. So that also gave me some type of motivation to do that. So I appreciate you for that. Thanks for being a resource to every single person. I think everyone here is loving that for you. But thank you so much for joining us today on the Diasporic Nigerian. If you have any questions for us, let us know. If there's anything you would like us to work together on, let us know, and we can definitely do that for you. Also, I have one last question for you. So I know that some people were asking you for a newsletter. So I just want to know if we should expect this newsletter anytime soon.
Yes. So I don't know yet. I actually was gonna ask you, Mary, because I love how like your newsletter looks so aesthetically pleasing. So I was really gonna ask you, but honestly, right now I feel like I don't have time to start a newsletter. But I think it's a good idea. Maybe it's a 2022 project, not a project, but I think it is a good.
That is totally cool. That is totally cool. I just want to like read your voice talking, because like I've heard your voice, I've heard you speak, but I just want to read it in an article or in a newsletter. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm sure a lot of us will definitely appreciate it. Tom Bryce saying the consistency. I can't even post one Instagram photo. Yes, Tom Bryce doesn't post anything. So that's totally fine. But thank you again so much for taking time out to join us on the Diasporic Nigerian today. If folks have any questions for Reni, please follow her at XOReni. You folks can come back and watch this video after, because we're saving it just immediately after. But thank you, and enjoy the rest of the new week.
Thanks for having me, Mary.
No problem. Take care. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.